All through my life, I've been told I'm too kind, too much of a pushover, too nice. I don't see why this is a problem, and I really don't see why I've been stuffed over in life because of it. Like Joe Bailey holding me back on lunch just because he knows that I'll do the work and I'll get in and just take out that garbage and do those dishes and do those extra shampoos regardless, just because they need to be done. Man, I have one more week until I'm in my car with my dog, little Audrey, who I have hand raised from 2 weeks old from a bottle, so she's literally my baby. Aren't you, Gil? And nobody's nice enough to give us work. We're out of this place for accommodation, unfortunately. And I've got about $100 to my name, so that's all going to go on food. So I got no option but to, I don't know, drive into the bush somewhere and just starve it out with whatever rations I can afford with that $100. I'm meant to have an interview with the army on the 4th, but due to the fact that I'm going to have nowhere to stay afterwards and it's only an interview, there's no possible work or anything after that, so I'm just going to be waiting and waiting, and I'm not sure where I'm going to be waiting, so yeah, we're kind of stuck. I'm a qualified hairdresser. I'm happy to do whatever for anyone that is nice enough to save me and kind enough to save me, just because I've been kind to everyone, and that's how I've sort of got stuck in this situation, just by being a pushover, people using me. This has happened ever since I was little. From the extreme point, 14, from Malvina High School, just a whole lot of kids just, you know, borrowing money, using me, picking on me just for their own egos. Still happens in society. People do it all the time, borrowing me just for help, which I don't mind doing, obviously, but when it sets me back and I get nothing for it, and people end up turning around and go, oh, you should make sure you get stuff for it, you know, blah blah blah, you gotta make sure that you get ahead, this, that and the other, which is true. But then when you do try, people just try and use you and just go nut. Like, I don't know, haircuts, okay? For instance, I give my friends haircuts. Well, I gave my friends haircuts because they're not around anymore, obviously. They don't really care that I'm in this situation. Gave my friends haircuts. Sorry, I'm just going to fill up this coffee. I gave them haircuts for, I don't know, $20 or just a few beers, you know, whatever, just to make it easy for them, just so I could actually, you know, get some extra money here and there so I could live. You'd think they would pass the word around. It's being nice. I'm trying to help people out as I do with them and their businesses and whatnot. Like one of my friends, he's a computer engineer, so if I ever hear of anyone needing help with their computer, I say, look, contact his company if they need a hand. Man, I even do it for clients when I was working in salons. Just because I dress the way I am and I'm a skateboarder, I mean, salons don't really, they go, oh, are you really a hairdresser? Even though I've showed them my license and my portfolio that I actually got a credit for, third in my year. Passed with a credit, like I said just before. Man, kind of just, it's crap, you know what I no one really cares. I mean, even this place, the door was loose, so I decided to fix it. But I still get kids sabotaging my tyres and whatnot. I mean, even when I was doing my apprenticeship, people wanted blow dries, but they said they couldn't afford them, and I'd just work on their trust, so they'd come back and pay me for them. They wouldn't, so I'd just go, look, you know, you can just have it for free. It's just a physical blow dry. It only puts me out half an hour or 20 minutes. So they'd get like a top-notch quality blow dry, and I was trained by Joe Bailey and Tony and Guy through my apprenticeship. And I've been at some other top salons around Double Bay also. One which I stuck down the stairs because they were chasing me, going, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, we have to leave, we have to leave, we have to leave. And I slipped and slid down my lower back, so my lower back's a little bit stuffed. We used to have Joe Bailey's chasers going, come on, quick stick, come on, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. That's how they used to treat us, going after client after client after client. Even though we were pace walking from client to client as it was, they would chase us like that. And then, you know, you're asking for lunch because you're about to pass out. Come on, please, can I have lunch? No, 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 no. So, yeah, it's ruined my health, by the way, all that no lunch. I mean, I can eat 2 steaks and it just stops me from passing out. And you would think, being my mother and my sister really wanted me to do hairdressing so they could get their own hair done cheap and for free, that would actually, you know, not only help me try and get a salon, but that would help me with my training, because we needed models to come in for training so we could actually, you know, practice. I've done my sister's hair probably about 4 times, and she wanted to do that after hours, nothing to do with my training whatsoever. And so with my mother, I've hardly done her hair. I mean, they would come in as clients and pay $300 and boast about how much money they've got. But, I mean, here I am in this situation. The whole family could have our own salon and I could be supporting them by now, but instead, I mean, I'm on the verge or 1 week away from being homeless. So, yeah, I mean, people just need to have a heart. A really big heart in this world. The world just really needs to change. The government doesn't help. Centrelink just keeps on pulling me out of courses, even though I prove to them that I'm doing the courses. But I show them the, you know, government, the TAFE receipt, and they just refuse to believe that I'm still doing the course, even though I've showed them the receipt. Man, I pushed to do a course with them and they said, look, we'll reimburse you because we know you're on benefits, so pay for the course, show us the receipt and we'll reimburse you. So I did that, and then they said, no, you're meant to tell us that you're going to do the course first, and they knew that I was going to go and enroll in the course anyway. So I ended up paying my whole fortnight's amount of money just to pay for this course, and then they just didn't believe that I was doing it. And then when I proved to them that I was doing it and showed them the receipt, they just said, okay, well, there's nothing you can do about it, there's nothing we can do about it. And then the other half of it, that was ORS, the other half of it, actual Centrelink, the government side of it, which they can deal with, decided to not accept the TAFE receipt, and TAFE couldn't give me anything else to prove that I was doing the course. I even had all my course folders and papers and whatnot with me, and they were threatening to call the cops on me just because I was begging them to take the receipt as a proof that I was doing the course so I could actually continue doing it, and this was nursing. I actually got a distinction in my medical terminology, so I'm not stupid. It's really anyone that's out there, if you can help me with work and accommodation, please, please, please contact me on Jacoby at Live, JACOBE at live.com. If you're a female and you want a personal assistant or anything, I will give you free hair, I'll assist you with anything possible. At the end of the day, cool, I can't find my wallet. Alright, I'll be back in 2 secs. At the end of the day, I'm not going to change my morals. I'm still going to be a nice person regardless. I'm not going to turn into a money hungry prick. I'm not going to sell people products in salons for no reason, that they don't need it, as I've been asked. I've been told off for having a protein shake in between clients just so I can actually focus on the clients, because I've got hypoglycemia from being starved so long. Clairvoyant has written me this. I don't know if you want to pause it and have a look. But basically, I mean, I'm not a big believer of clairvoyance, but it's just uncanny that they've pulled out something which is a private dream of mine, which is they've basically said that my sole purpose is to find my soulmate and to find true love, and that's why I've come back in this world. Funnily enough, that's the only thing that I strive for, that's the only thing that I really care for. It's the one thing that I've had trouble with too, is just finding a girlfriend just to settle down. I mean, that's the one thing that gives me happiness in life. My longest relationship's been about 4 or 5 months, and the last girl that I was with thought it was weird that I wanted to actually sit down and talk things out and compromise. She wanted to fight and stuff like that. That's just the one thing that gives me a buzz and makes me happy. I can do any work whatsoever if I have love. I mean, so my prime priority in life is to find a woman to love, of course. But I mean, in my situation, that's probably the last thing that I'm thinking, or it is the last thing that I'm thinking about. Of course, I still want it. I just really want work and accommodation to get back on my feet, and at least be around a few nice people, and have some decent friends that I can trust and rely on. Like I said, since I was 14 at school, people have been bullying me and talking down to me, treating me like shit. Using me. Like, some of my friends used to go, "Oh, just go up the shop for us, I'm too tired," so I'd do it, and I'd end up going shopping for like 3 or 4 people and just getting them all their stuff, and I didn't even want anything from the shop at the time. This is ever since I was a teenager, and I was doing it, I don't know, until I was about 22, 23. And if I needed something and they were going up, they'd be like, nah, they couldn't be bothered. I had to go up with them, which is fair enough. I mean, if I wanted something, I should make the effort to go up to the shop. But the fact that I would do them a favour and they'd turn around and not do me a favour, I mean, it's bullshit. And that's just repeated all in life, with everything. So really, morals have to change in the world, on all levels, as far as business, countries dealing with each other, and friends dealing with each other. I know I can't change it personally, but I mean, crunch has come to a crunch. I've got 1 week left, so I really need someone to pull their finger out of the arse and help me out. I don't care if I'm running around making coffees for them. I don't care if it's a woman I'm doing hair for them and being a gopher. I don't mind what it is. I don't mind if I'm a cleaner, scrubbing up toilets or whatever. I mean, I've done that with hairdressing as well. But I'm worth a lot more than that. So, I mean, I've given many people ideas. I've given Rob Deerdeck an idea for being an alien for Alien Workshop and trying to help my life out. I mean, he's only going to get credit for saving my life on top of that. But he decides to take that and do it himself. I've given Nike ideas on approaching, making skateboard shoes instead of wasting their time on shocks. and approaching pro skateboarders, which they did. Part of that agreement was to employ me and have me involved, which they didn't, but they went ahead and made the shoes anyway. Fair enough. I've given ideas, or I don't know if they've been brought out yet, but for Steph Rice to ask the AIS to be involved with all sports programs and sports carnivals and in schools. Sorry. And they're just to help kids out, encourage them, get things going, give little trophies or, little prizes for, like, sports courses, or, if it's a swimming carnival, for, swimming costumes and whatnot, extra training. And then that way people can also, learn more about health. I mean, being starved, I ended up being 52 kilos. I was disgusting, just from people like Joe Bailey not giving me lunch. So I had to stop hairdressing for 3 years, and I started at the gym. So I mean, the gym of the fitness industry has helped me out a lot in that respect. I'd love to do personal training, it's just that I'm too broke to actually pay for a course. So yeah, that's another thing. I mean, I've given another idea for Adidas to make a new version of a shoe. I'm just hoping that, someone's kind enough to actually help me. So go, hey, well, you're obviously interested, it's your idea, why don't we take you on board and, have you as part of it. And look, honestly, my soul's just like crunched up. It's hard for me to actually let my heart out. I'm just like, even just here in this nice relaxed place, it's just, I feel like I'm being pushed and pushed and pushed, like I was in my apprenticeship, like I'm still, forced into this hustle and bustle. Like someone's actually got a finger in my back, just like pushing me around, pushing me around, pushing me around, left, right and centre, like I'm some sort of toy. It's just like a natural reaction. It's become subconscious now, just because people, treated me like that for so long, and I take things upon myself. If I'm late for 5 minutes and I get told off, I feel like I've done everyone terrible, and then on top of that they treat me like shit because of it. People just need to be more understanding. I was always taught from when I was a little kid to try and put yourself in other people's shoes, and I do that as much as possible, and I always have. I even read people's tweets, and I care about their situation. But I mean, no one really cares about mine. They just turn around and go, hey, you're stressed, yeah, blah blah blah, grow up or whatever. And really, with my situation and what I say, it's about positiveness, changing the world for the better. Like I said, looking after each other. I've been to places like KFC where people just rush you through, boom, 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 do you want to upgrade? Alright, see you later, boom, next. And they call that customer service just because they ask for the upgrade. Or they say, have a nice day, like, really quickly. That's not customer service, that's bullshit. You come to a little rural town like here, where I am, at Bulahdelah, and people actually talk to you. They'll give you the time of day. And if you look at the Easter show, how it's depleting with all the farmers, that's because they're running broke and people don't give them the time of day. They don't, be spoken to. I mean, everyone's eating crap food in Sydney. It's all frozen. It's bullshit. When you freeze food and then you reheat it, you lose about 2/3 of the nutrients, I was told by a nutritionist. So the food's absolutely crap when it's frozen, but if we all supported our farmers, we could have fresh produce, rather than having, I don't mean to talk down on any companies, but rather than having big supermarkets, if we actually let the unemployed people have a lot more butchers and fresh fruit and veg, and we employed a lot more people to distribute the fresh foods that our rural places can provide, we would all be eating a lot better and be stressing a lot less. They say quality, not quantity. What about quality of life? Why are we being pushed around to, you know, provide 1,000 of these when they end up sitting there and, you know, just wasting away, end up having to chuck away half of it anyway? It's bullshit. I mean, the world just has to slow down and start having it hard again. I mean, like I said, I've got 1 week left, so I'm begging for someone to give me a second chance in life. You know, I'm just a decent person that's skilled, that's just been treated like shit because I've got a heart. So, I mean, and you're only really going to get a good name for it, helping someone. I mean, I'm happy to have my wage controlled and just be given pocket money if I was living with a person, so to speak, as their personal assistant. So, and they can control me, basically. I mean, all my belongings and stuff is there, so, you know, I'm literally there by myself. So I'm happy to give all, just to be, you know, just to be given a second chance. No one likes to be treated like shit, so just don't do it. I mean, like I said, I'm 34, this has been happening for 20 years in my life. 2 decades. When I was 15, there was a bit of a trend, and people didn't like skateboarders and Australians. It was just a little thing that happened in school. From like a bomber phase, they used to call themselves. They used to go around trying to bash us all. Just because we used to skateboard in the city and we used to have fun exercising. It's crap. It's like, why do it? 20 years of just constant crap. And for the last 3 years, it's like literally been constant. Not even one day have I gone without something bad happening, or, you know, something messing me up. It's like someone stalking me, literally pulling apart my life just for fun, just for some sort of bad joke. It's crazy. So please, somebody help, please. Thank you.